Good morning, everyone. Let's begin with our another lecture number 5, chapter number 10, employment and unemployment. See, common types of unemployment across rural and urban areas. In India, there are certain types of unemployment which exist both in urban areas as well as rural areas. First one is open unemployment. Open unemployment occurs when a worker is willing to work, he has all the necessary ability to work, yet he does not work, yet he does not get any work. He remains unemployed for full time. He is totally dependent on the other family members. This type of unemployment is usually found among agricultural laborers, educated persons who come from villages to urban areas in search of job but fail to get any work because they don't have that much sustainable power in the urban areas. Structural unemployment. Structural unemployment occurs due to structural changes in the economy. Structural changes are broadly classified as changes in the technology and changes in the pattern of demand. Changes in technology as a result of which old technocrats are no longer needed. They are rendered unemployed. And change in the pattern of demand because of which certain industries are closed down and the workers are thrown out. A less developed country like India encounters significant structural changes in the process of growth. Hence, a high degree of structural unemployment exists both in rural areas and urban areas. Whenever there is any change in the technology, that see, before this COVID situation in January or I suppose end of 2019, there was some situation that many workers were fired from many kind of MNC in Gurgaon because they were not well versed with the IT technology. They were not well versed with the computers. They don't know how to operate the laptops and they were fired. Fine, because they were not using the laptops, they were not using the computers at their office place because it was not included in their job. Their job was some other groundwork job. Fine, they were not doing the office job. Their job was some other groundwork jobs. Fine, but at present there is a necessity that everybody should know how to operate laptops, everybody should know how to operate computers. And in COVID situation, in this present situation, COVID scenario, this has given a boom. Be it teachers, be it doctors, be it lawyers, be it professors, or any person who is working or who wants to get a job should be well versed with the information technology, should be well occupied with the resources, and should know how to operate on different resources, how to operate on computers, how to operate on laptops, how to connect the internet with the laptops, how to make presentation, how to take online classes, how to operate different websites. Every person should know. You are in 12th standard, after just 3 or 4 years you will go out to search the job and it will be demanded that you should know how to handle such machines. Fine. So structural unemployment, अब देखो क्या होता है. आई एम जस्ट गिविंग यू वेरी प्रैक्टिकल एग्जांपल स्ट्रक्चरल अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट का. देखो अब जैसे हमारी कोविड सिचुएशन इज गोइंग ऑन. ओके, so the teachers who don't know how to take online classes, or the teachers who don't know how to make the presentation videos, they are fired from the jobs. Teachers who can't afford to buy the laptops, or some are aged teachers, They are like 60 plus, 70 plus. They don't know how to operate computers. They don't know how to operate laptops. They are fired. Fine. You must be watching many memes on the teacher that students are making fun of the teachers. That, oh my god, teachers don't know how to operate laptops, how to operate this and that. But yeah, there are many things which teachers don't know but student knows. But and there are n number of things which student don't know but teacher knows. Fine. So it is truly said that it's a mutual ongoing process between student and teachers. We all learn from each other. So in structural unemployment, if suppose anybody don't know how to adapt himself or herself according to the technologies, those people will not be able to survive in the competitive and changing world. You, being a commerce student, you very well know that your environment is dynamic. It keep on changing, and we must adapt ourselves to the environment, to the changing environment. That's why it is said the survival of the fittest. So structural unemployment, दो reasons basically इसके बहुत होते हैं, that is changes in technology and changes in the pattern of demand. Then we have underemployment. Underemployment is a situation in which a worker does not get a full-time job. He remains unemployed for some months in a year or some hours every day. Full-time job, that means, देखो, full-time job क्या होती है? Basically 8 hours job. He is not getting 8 hours job. He is getting just 2 hour job. That he is underemployed. Some people do part-time jobs. Fine. That means they are not fully employed. They just work for some hours a day. According to National Sample Survey, a person is categorized as extremely underemployed if he works only up to 28 hours a week. If a person works between 29 to 42 hours per week, he is placed as limited underemployed. Underemployment is of two types: visible underemployment and invisible underemployment. Visible underemployment, in this case, people work lesser than a standard hours of work in a day. For example, in India, a person normally works for 8 hours. If he finds job only for 4 hours a day, he will be deemed as visible underemployed. That means, obviously बात है ना, 8 hours तो minimum limit होती है काम करने की. If a person is working for 4 hours or 3 hours, he is termed as underemployed, visible underemployed. And what about invisible underemployed? In this case, people work full time, but their income is not proportionate to their abilities. If a person who has done MBA, fine, and he is working as a PM, he will be called as this will be called as invisible underemployment. When frictional unemployment, it occurs due to imperfections in the mobility of labor across different occupations. One wishes to move from one job to another, but in the process of change may remain unemployed for some times. See, I am giving you an example. See, if a girl decides to get married, fine, and she remains out of the job for a couple of weeks or a month, fine, because she is getting married. So the time being, she was not present at the job for a week or for a couple of weeks or a month. That will be known as frictional unemployment. Fine. Cyclic unemployment. Cyclic unemployment, it occurs due to the cyclical fluctuation in the economy. Phases of boom, recession, depression, recovery are the characteristics of a market economy. Boom relates to the high level of income activity, accordingly high degree of unemployment. Recession is the phase when there is liquidity crunch in the economy, because of which there is slowdown in the production and cut in the employment opportunities. Depression is a phase when AD declines, triggering a cut in the output and employment. Recovery is a phase when economic activity starts picking up, output starts responding to increase in aggregate demand through several fiscal and monetary measures. Employment opportunity begin to rise. So structural unemployment and frictional unemployment are sometimes treated as the two variants of secular unemployment. Secular unemployment, the unemployment that tends to persist in the economy even in the state of full employment. This is in contrast to the cyclic unemployment, the unemployment that appears and disappears in assonance with the cyclical phase of the economic activity. So there are 5 types of common unemployment: open, structural, underemployment, frictional, and cyclical. Can be asked, very important question, can be asked either in 3 mark or 1 mark. Okay. What are the causes of unemployment? High population, absence of employment opportunity, seasonal employment, joint family system, increasing turnover of the students from Indian universities, slow developing of industries, insufficient rate of economic progress. Let's start from this insufficient rate of economic progress. That means slow economic growth. Indian economy is an underdeveloped and is a rate of growth in which its a rate of growth is very slow. Slow growth rate fails to generate enough employment opportunity for the raising labor force. Size of labor force is much more than the available employment opportunities. Then slow developing of industries. Industries are not developing at a good pace. There is a slow development because there is less investment in the industries. There is less FDI. Then increasing turnout of the students from Indian universities. Students are not preferring the Indian universities. Many students of India, they are preferring foreign university for their further studies. They find that there is less scope in the Indian university and it's better to go in the foreign university. And being a teacher, I'll also advise you, if in a lifetime you get a chance to visit the foreign countries, do grab that opportunity. I'm not saying go and study there, just visit once. You will realize the difference of our Indian university and foreign university. You know, their students are not pressurized ke padho, class mein phone nahi chalana. They are not, you know, everything's quite open. ठीक है, class में phone चलाओ, but do the purposeful things. In school, about school, I don't know, but I know about the universities, what happened in their colleges, what happened in their universities. They are free to use their laptops in the classroom. They are free to use their mobile phone in the classrooms. They are free to eat while the teacher is teaching. They are free to take their refreshment. They are free to take their coffee, tea in the classroom when the teacher is teaching. It's quite normal. But once you go out after your 12th standard in the Indian universities, you will find the scenario is totally different. You can't even use mobile phone in the classrooms. I'm talking about the prestigious universities, that if you are sitting in the classroom and teacher is teaching, you are not supposed to take out your cell phones. You are not supposed to use your cell phones. And if you are caught using those things, your teacher will snatch your phones and you will be, you know, restricted from the classrooms, or you will be restricted for 1 week and all that. But it is not there in the foreign university because they are focusing on the overall development of the child. They are not focusing just on the subjects कि yes, अगर ये subject चल रहा है तो student पूरा इसी पे ध्यान दे. They are not like that. They are making a human resource development. They want that their human resource should be fully developed. So these are some of the loopholes in the Indian universities. Let's not create a controversy here. Move further. Joint family system. Joint family system, it encourages disguised unemployment. In joint families, there is a high tendency to survive on joint income without work. Joint family system is more prevalent in the rural areas, hence a high degree of disguised unemployment. Seasonal employment we have discussed. Absence of employment opportunities. Yes, there are many job seekers, but less and less job opportunities. That's why it is emphasized आत्मनिर्भर भारत. आत्मनिर्भर भारत कहता है कि आप जॉब के पीछे मत भागो. Don't be a job seeker, be a job creator. Fine, don't be a job seeker, be a job creator. आप खुद jobs create करो. ठीक है. अब देखो, I tell you क्या तरीका है कि अभी क्या है कि सपोज अभी कोई टीचर्स हैं, उनको कोई स्कूल नहीं मिल रहा है पढ़ाने के लिए. ठीक है. उनको कोई यूनिवर्सिटीज नहीं मिल रही है पढ़ाने के लिए, बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली बात है, कोविड है, लॉकडाउन है, इट इज नॉट फिजिबल सिचुएशन. फाइन, बट द पर्सन इज टैलेंटेड, द पर्सन हैज द टैलेंट, पर्सन कैन क्रिएट हिज own online platform. He can give online tuitions, he can start with the online classes. तो आप जॉब क्रिएटर हो गए ना, आपने अपनी जॉब खुद क्रिएट कर ली. इनफैक्ट अब आप दूसरों को भी एम्प्लॉय कर सकते हो. सो द थिंग इज, इफ यू आर टैलेंटेड, nobody can stop you to earn. Nobody can stop you earn if you are talented. If you have the correct guidance and if you are talented, nobody can stop you from earning. High population growth, because there is increase in population and similarly the job opportunities are less, obviously there is rise in unemployment. Then in your book it is given a decay of cottage and small industry, low savings and investment, limited mobility of labor. So decay of cottage and small industries during the British regime has given a big blow to the potential of self-employment in India. Emergence of large industries in place of small industries after independence has failed to yield the employment opportunities to the desired extent. Then low savings and investment. There are low savings, less investment, and which give rise to the unemployment. Limited mobility of labor. Mobility of labor in India is very low owing to the variety of family as well as social constraints. People are unwilling to move from the far away places when the job is available there. See, I tell you that sometimes what happens, we get an offer from places which are very good, we are getting a good package there, but we don't go because that place is somewhere very far from your hometown. Fine, that's why we don't go to that place, and especially it is for girls. ठीक है, you are, it's not like that कि family constraints हैं या something that way, but it is always suggested and it is always found that you should walk near your hometown only. It's always advised. But yes, people go to another country, different states to work, to work and to get the better salary, to get the better incentives, perquisites. They move from one place to another place. They move from one state to another state, one country to another country. Yes, they do. But still, it's a constraint. Some people are still not willing to migrate. Then this is very important question. It is used frequently asked in the exams. Economic and social consequences of unemployment. Economic consequences: non-utilization of manpower, loss of output, low capital formation. See, economic consequences: non-utilization of manpower. To the extent people are underemployed, manpower resources of the country are not utilized. It's amount to a social wastage. Loss of output: there is loss of output to the extent manpower resources are not utilized. Unemployed persons make no contribution to output even they have potential to do so. Low capital formation: living only as consumers and contributing nothing to production. Unemployment: people only add to the consumption. They are not earning, they don't save for investment. Accordingly, rate of capital formation remains low. And because of this, there is low productivity. Because there is disguised unemployment, which leads to the low level of productivity. And what are the social consequences? Low quality of life, greater inequality, social unrest, class struggle, See, low quality of life, unemployment lowers the quality of life, implying a state of perpetual suffering. Greater inequality, that means higher degree of unemployment, greater the extent of inequality in the distribution of income and wealth. In such situation, growth does not occur with the social justice. Social unrest, terrorism may be motivated by several other factors, but the contribution of self-disseparation on account of employment is by no means less significant. देखो, social unrest में हम कह सकते हैं terrorism. अगर unemployment बढ़ती रहेगी तो terrorism भी बढ़ता रहेगा. बिकॉज लोगों के पास कुछ काम नहीं है करने के लिए, बेरोजगार है, इट विल लीड टू सोशल अनरेस्ट. दे विल join the terrorism, they will start earning by illegal means. They'll become terrorists, some will become thieves. And what is the reason? Unemployment, class struggle, poor, वो जो poor और rich के बीच का difference होता है, that will increase. There will be class conflict, and that's why there will be class struggle, social unrest, greater inequality, low quality of life. These are the social consequences. Consequences means outcomes. अगर employment बढ़ती रहेगी तो what will be the outcomes? Economic perspective से production कम होगा, capital formation कम होगा, manpower unutilized रहेगी, output का loss होगा. और अगर हम सोसाइटी के कंसिक्वेंसेस देखें, सोसाइटी के आउटकम्स देखें, क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ कम रहेगी, लोग टेररिस्ट बन जाएंगे, चोर बन जाएंगे, क्लास स्ट्रगल होगा और इनइक्वालिटी इंक्रीज होगी. These are the social outcomes. Now, how to solve the unemployment problem in a country? देखो, unemployment की problem कैसे बढ़ाई जा सकती है? आप लोगों को education system में change करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है? इंडस्ट्रीज में इन्वेस्ट करना शुरू करना पड़ेगा, कैपिटल फॉर्मेशन इंक्रीज करना पड़ेगा, एजुकेशनल रिफॉर्म्स, टेक्निक्स ऑफ प्रोडक्शन चेंज करनी पड़ेगी, सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयमेंट सिखाना होगा लोगों को. That's the way that we can solve the unemployment in a country. Check on the populations, national employment policies, strengthening information technology sector, promoting rural non-farm activities, more industrialization, promotion of exports, change in the education system. तो देखो बच्चे, पॉवर्टी कैसे इंप्रूव करनी है, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट कैसे रिड्यूस करनी है, पॉवर्टी की सिचुएशन को कैसे इरेडिकेट करना है, ये क्वेश्चन तो आपके मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी क्वेश्चन होते हैं जो आप खुद आंसर कर सकते हो, ठीक है? यू नीड नॉट टू क्रैम एंड एवरीथिंग फ्रॉम द बुक, सम आर कॉमन सेंस क्वेश्चन, ठीक है? तो आप पॉपुलेशन को कम करो, आप एजुकेशन सिस्टम को इम्प्रूव करो, लोगों को इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी के बारे में समझाओ, ठीक है? इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन में ज्यादा पैसा लगाओ, आप सेविंग और इन्वेस्टमेंट की टेक्निक्स को इम्प्रूव कीजिए. that's a way to eradicate unemployment. Increase in production. To increase employment, it is essential to increase the production in the agriculture and industrial sector. Development of small scale industry should be encouraged. Fine. Foreign trade should be encouraged, exports should be encouraged. Despite of increasing imports, we should encourage exports. Productivity should be encouraged. High rate of capital formation, rate of capital formation in the country should be encouraged. Also, investment must be directed to such areas of production where employment potential is high. Help to self-employed person, the person who want to become the businessman, person who want to start their own business, be it small scale or large scale, the person who want to become entrepreneurs. Government or various institutions are helping those people so that they can become the job creators and they can employ many other people in their organization. Educational reforms, there should be vocationalization of education. That means every time it's not necessary that students should be forced to study from the books. Students should be given many other, students should be, allowed to enroll themselves in many other activities, many other curriculum activities. They should know how to manage the events. They should know painting, drawing, so that after 12th standard, if they are not getting admission in any of the colleges from the on the basis of their school marks, so that they can go in the field in which they have some expertise. If someone is good in painting, if someone is good in management, and someone is good in dancing, so that they can pursue their interest. Techniques of production. Techniques of production should suit the needs and means of the country. It is essential that labor intensive technology is encouraged in place of capital intensive technology, because it will give more emphasis on the labor intensive technology. That means we are employing more labors than the investing capital. Fine. So this is your chapter, employment and unemployment. I'll give the assignment of employment and unemployment together with the chapter infrastructure. So first I'll start the chapter infrastructure and development. So tomorrow definitely I'll start with the chapter infrastructure and we'll give the assignment of infrastructure and employment and unemployment together, and we'll take the test also. So your homework is, you have to learn all the important aspects, all the important topics which I have told you from the chapter employment and unemployment. Please read this chapter carefully and learn every point which I have told you as important points. Thank you.